So, we've alerted them that I want to make a public records request. I brought with me section 149.43, the availability of public records for inspection and copying of the Ohio Revised Code. So I can make sure that we're all on the same page when I inform them that I will be filing Monday morning a writ of mandamus, which is a fancy legal term for mandating that the sheriff's office comply with the law. And every day that they do not comply with that law, there are fines for each record that is not produced. I'm not seeking to produce records, I want to inspect them now, which is my right under the Ohio Revised Code. They have to be available for public inspection. It's 3:55 in the afternoon, almost 4 o'clock, certainly an hour and 5 minutes before the 9 to 5 deadline, Monday through Friday, in the law. So I'm well within the time constraints. Miss Blake was standing right there when I came in, so I don't understand what's taking her so long. There's nobody at the window now. Barbara Blake on 12/13 called the sheriff's department, which she works for, reporting repeated phone calls and rude behavior from Jasmine Anderson regarding records request. Sergeant Sobel took a report regarding the incident. So Barbara Blake is saying that public records requests are harassment. That's great. That's wonderful. That's funny. I'm going to ask for a copy of that. Barbara Blake thinks that asking for public records is harassment. That is funny. Oh wait, here's another one. Here's another one about me. At 4:50, caller stated that Jasmine Anderson in the area with a derogatory sign, yelling profanities, harassing people at the Christmas parade and causing issue. Deputy Mitchell responding. 17:05, Mitchell in the area. 17:12, Mitchell clear, negative contact. Let's see. Who called? Oh, the last name is BT21. Person type, caller. They don't list any of their information because the caller was Alan Ketzel, the fire chief. I'm going to get a copy of that one too.
Will be here in just a couple minutes.
Corporal Folks.
He's a corporal here. He's going to come out and speak with you.
Okay, I need a copy of a couple of these.
Okay, I will let.
The one from Alan Ketzel on the 11th, but the two about me.
I don't.
Barb Blake called you, the sheriff's office, to make a complaint about me because I was calling trying to get public records, and then Alan Ketzel, the fire chief, called to complain about me walking around with a sign.
I don't do any of that.
That's right. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right.
I want to know.
Corporal Foltz will be able to help you.
He's not the public employee. He doesn't control the public records, though.
But
Barbara Blake does.
You're right.
So why isn't she coming to speak with me?
I don't know. Corporal Foltz will be in here in a couple minutes. I just answer the phone in the windows. I'm sorry.
Okay. So apparently Barbara Blake won't come out and speak to me, even though that she's the person responsible for the records. How funny. I didn't know they had corporals in the sheriff's office. thought that was like a state police thing. I think it's absolutely hysterical that they didn't put any information down for Alan Ketzel's complaint. It's obvious that it's him by what was said, but they just put BT21. I want to know what BT21 is. Curious. And I'm curious why they wouldn't just put his name, like, I mean, he is a public official. He's a firefighter making a complaint against a citizen exercising their First Amendment right because he doesn't like it. So now I'm going to request the exact information on that call. I'll have to go over to the Belmont County 911 Center to get the actual phone calls, if there was an actual phone call. It's saying that there's a call report, so they would have had to have called 911 to make that happen. So apparently Margaret Blake called 911. Oh my God. I'm so scared someone's going to find our public records. How ridiculous. How absolutely ridiculous for them to do this. Yes.
This individual is coming from outside, and
I don't know. I think they're supposed to be coming from back here. I'm not sure where they're coming from. I just know that some corporal is supposed to be coming and talking to me about my public records request. I don't know why there's a corporal coming to talk to me about a public records request. That doesn't make sense. Oh, I see Barb's leaving. Looks like Barb's leaving work early. I'm gonna try to do a public records request for the hours she worked today. And if it says that she worked at 9 to 5, well, I'm doubting that. Been waiting almost 20 minutes.
Jasmine, how you doing?
Good.
You know who I am, do you?
No.
Sheriff Lucas, I'm the sheriff.
Hi, Sheriff.
How you doing?
Oh, I could be better.
Well, I know. We already have 22 requests of yours now.
No, I want to inspect records now. They have to be made available upon request, and I'm requesting to inspect
First of all,
them.
let me,
Here's the law.
okay, the public records request doesn't require us on demand.
Really? Here, I'll read it to you.
Well,
Here,
here's,
I'll read you the law.
well, I'm just,
I'm gonna read you the law.
well, you're gonna, I'm just,
Did you receive the training that's required to be a public official?
Jasmine,
who
we're being
maintains records?
advised by our attorney.
So you're
Because-
refusing to
No,
release these
I'm gonna
records?
say if you got any new records, we have 22 now. If you have any new or additional, we'll be more than glad to take them and they will be turned in. And once they are
I've
reviewed,
been requesting these for over 2 months. Why won't you release simple things like
because-
information? Now listen, let me speak.
well, first of all,
Can you let me speak?
now let me speak. I'm trying to
You've been
explain it.
speaking.
Well, first of all, Jazz, I'm gonna say, I am not gonna stand here, I'm not gonna debate, I'm not gonna argue. I'm gonna advise you the procedure, what we do. We take records check, not only from you, everybody else, and then we get the records request, our legal advisor look at them, they advise us what to release.
Mhm.
In public records, we don't have to
So-
release them on demand. So,
Yeah,
if
you
you
do.
have,
Yes, you do.
we have,
You do have to release public records upon demand. That's actually the law.
not right at this minute.
No, I have a right to inspect those
Well,
records. That's the
Here's
law.
what's,
Upon a request made in accordance with Division B of this section and subject to Division B6 of this section, a public office or person responsible for public records shall transmit a copy, record to any person by the United States mail or any other means, delivery, transmission within a reasonable time after receiving request of a copy.
with a
The
reasonable,
public of office or person responsible for the public record may require the person making request to pay in advance any postage, da-da-da. Any public office may adopt a policy, and da-da-da. Well, let me get to it. Public offices,
wait, I
I'm gonna
gotta,
read the law to you.
Jasmine,
I'm gonna read the law
Jazz,
to you.
here's what's gonna, I'm not gonna stand here,
I'm
no,
going to.
no,
Look,
I'm being,
You're a public official.
well, first of all, here's
And
what,
you're dealing with someone from the public, and I am
Right.
asking you to sit here and listen to me and hear my
I know
concern.
I know what your requests are.
But you're not listening to me.
But
You're
you're-
talking over me and you're telling me what you're going to do.
No.
I'm just asking you
Do
to
you
give
have
me a
any-
minute
do you
and
have-
listen to
Do
me.
you have any more
I'm
requests?
asking
Do,
you.
I'm asking you, do you have any more additional requests than the 22 that we already have? Do you have any additional? Yes or no? Here is the form. If you have any additional, here's the pen. You will
No,
fill them out. No, this is what's,
I can make a verbal request.
here's the thing
Under
is,
the law, I can make a verbal request. So
Well,
you're gonna have
I'm-
to give me a second. I'm gonna make a verbal request, but I'm trying to read this first,
I'm,
so I can make sure it's done appropriately.
here's what it's doing.
Under the law, I can make a
Well,
verbal
first of all,
request.
do you have any additional requests now? Because
Yes.
I'm not standing here
Yes.
and listening to all
Yes.
this.
I just wanna make sure that I am making the request in a proper way. And in order to do that, I need to read something. If a person allegedly is aggrieved by the failure of a public office or the person responsible for public records to promptly prepare a public record and to make it available to the person for inspection in accordance with this division of this section, or by any other failure of a public office or person responsible for public records to comply with an obligation in accordance with this division of a section, the person allegedly aggrieved may do one of the following or both. I am notifying you that I am filing a writ of mandamus, and yes, I have a request for further public records. There are 2 complaints or calls in here regarding me.
Okay,
I am requesting a copy of both of those now.
would you wanna fill these?
No, you can just copy them now. Like, there's no reason you can't just, I don't need that. I'm telling you
We
by word.
require this.
No, you don't.
In
That's,
writing.
the law does not. The law does not. I can do it verbally. That's the law. Do you want me to read it to you?
I want you to.
I'm not filling that out. I'm making a verbal request.
Okay, I'll write that down, then once I get
You
that.
can make a copy now.
Michael Goff's.
When-
That's the law.
I'm putting your.
That's the law.
I'm putting
That's
your.
the law. Make a copy.
Thank you, Jasmine. I'll take your
I'm not finished.
Okay.
There's more to my request.
What, you need to
I
write.
don't have to write anything down. I can do it verbally.
Let's go. I am not standing here. I will do
You're not gonna
anything on
follow
the
the law.
record. No, I'm gonna
You're not
follow
gonna,
it.
no,
I'll
you're
ask.
not, because I can make it verbally.
I can't.
The request
I
can be
can't
made,
remember all that.
Then write it down.
You write it down.
I'm not writing it down. I don't have to.
All right,
You
thank you.
do. That's
All right.
your job. I want the information of the person that did. There we go. He just walks away from me and refuses to take my public records request. I made a verbal request, which is within the law. I'm allowed to make the request verbally. I don't have to write it down. What I was asking for were call logs that are sitting out here publicly. So what he did is picked up the book and took it with him and refused to even write down my request. So he is clearly in violation of the law.
Jasmine,
We
I
can
am
go.
not, I am asking you to cooperate. So what